That's the Arcana.
Is
with
it the
white,
Arcana?
dude?
Is that the Arcana with the white? It looks so
man.
weird. It actually looks
Hype as hell.
insane.
Can't even see him.
See, I have like
pitch black.
I have the beige Arcana gem, and it just looks nothing
Beige?
like this.
Could you have got a worse color? I didn't even know they would
Alright,
make
it's not like
beige
it's
gem.
like a
who at
yellow.
Valve were like, you know what color would look really good in a gem, guys? Beige.
You fuck off. What's your problem, dude? Why are you flaming
I just wish my Terrorblade could wear khakis. God, it'd be so much better.
Could you
well,
stop
why don't we
flaming
make
me?
a beige gem?
Look at me. I'm Trempack, so I'm having a kid. I can flame mod all day now.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay. Anyway.
I like the Keen Draft. I like it better. I would rather play those heroes in this game. Now, mind you, Newbee's obviously the superior team currently. They have been outperforming numerous opponents. And now against someone in their region who they're likely fairly familiar with. Probably feeling pretty good about their general strat. I like the mid matchup with the Medusa versus the Death Prophet. That definitely feels good for Newbee. The roaming potential onto him isn't insane or anything. What is this Chinese smoke meta right now? What's Disruptor doing?
He's just sitting here. He's the courier sniper. That's what he's playing at.
The self-team courier snipe.
Exactly. He's sniping his own team's courier. I don't know. I don't know why he's got his smoke. Who knows what people do anymore? We're gonna find out.
He's trying to block a smoke. Like, because we saw both games they did that same thing, like up like this, right?
Oh, I see what you mean.
So I think he's trying to like stand here so that their smoke pops on this side and they don't want to go through or something. I don't know. It feels weird.
Well, it was a smart play then if that's the choice he was making. You just be defensive about it. But now he's missing out on, seeing what team is doing what with their warding. They drop a sentry in their own small kip. It's actually outside of the box, but it's not in range of this ward, which is well placed. KP will walk through and get Thunderstruck. They're going to try to maybe go for a bit of a fight. They have Fisher to try to get this rune. And they will, in fact, get it. Now, can they get the third one? More than likely they can. They're going to try to find, actually, this Disruptor who's getting run down by Kaka, but they don't want to try too hard to secure the kill. Instead, they just go back, get the third bounty rune, and get a small advantage at the start of this game.
Yes.
Oh, man, this poor Disruptor. You look at his armor. 1 armor, so he gets a 6% reduction against physical damage. You compare that to, if this was a magic nuke, for example, you obviously get your 25%. But TV, he got the rate 35% to start with. So once he has a wand as well, it's going to be hard for KB to put a lot of harass onto him. But the Disruptor's like food.
Yeah, I mean, he is 1 tango as well because he shared it, and he's already used that last tango. So this Disruptor's a little sad, but they will rotate Una down bottom. This is what you were talking about. Having KP force these rotations down bottom allows you for a bit more room in the top lane and for eventually Kaka to rotate elsewhere. He's going to get Thunderstruck again. He needs to be a little careful. Fisher comes out. Meanwhile, the Tidehunter dies in the top lane. He was getting chased down by the Gyrocopter and the Bane.
Yeah, that's a definite. Like, you're just going to die in that lane. He even has Gush first, too. So it's pretty unlikely he's going to have a fun time.
It's interesting he went Gush. He'll get a CS out of it, but surprising.
Because, like, Bane, Gyro, you're just going to get missiled, Nightmare, and then they can just get the full damage, and, yeah, it's going to be a sad time. He's going to die a lot, probably.
Yeah, so that top lane will be troublesome for the Tidehunter. MS does have the meta. Are they going to meta here? I thought they were about to for MS. The Burst Strike comes in. There it goes. Now they're going to meta up, but it's more so to just do some harass and get the CS for yourself and get off to a good start for Keen in this bottom lane.
I don't know how I feel about this dual lane, this Beastmaster Shaker. I don't know. Is it really good enough? I mean, it's working for now.
They're drawing all this
the resources are going to start to run out.
Well, they definitely don't need the Earthshaker top, as we just saw demonstrated. They might eventually. They get the Fisher off. They might get a kill here onto this Disruptor. One more auto attack, but the Burrow Strike comes out just in time, and KP can't find the kill. But Kaka, he just walks in and slaps him. He still might die for this. He actually has wand charges, and yeah, he literally just backhanded him. He walks through. He tangos up. He's got a stick charge to work with now, and yes, this bottom lane is going pretty well all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Homing missile
the Disruptor
top lane
couldn't tango out.
They have Brain Sap available.
Them all.
Rocket Barrage level 1 is available. They don't want to use it. He still has 2 tangles left on Dark, but that's just 1 Homing Missile and 1 Nightmare able to do that much damage. Now bottom, KP might get caught out here. He does have 2 stick charges. He's also got, just got to buy boots. He knows he's dead. He just buys out. No big deal. Get some extra damage onto Una, but still, he will fall, and he'll have to take a trip back to the fountain. In the meantime, mid lane, Fisher comes down. SCCC actually taking a lot of damage. The Spirit's Life and Old Chicken getting blocked. There comes the Nightmare. They have no Fisher for 5. He has no mana for it. Now he does with the stick charges. Bane trying to man up. SCCC will take a Crypt Swarm, but still fine. He wants to get off a Mystic Snake. He has level 2, but unfortunately can't quite find Old Chicken. Needs to be careful, although Old Chicken does not have another Crypt Storm to work with, so SCCC is fine at this point.
AP just comes back down here on his lonesome, but time for Disruptor. Give him some more of the old Thunder Strikes. He might see go the 2-0-1 build, perhaps. Seen some Disruptors into that lately, just for that punish. Mid lane again, though. Just the 2 supports might get Old Chicken here.
Yeah.
Waiting for that courier.
Auto attack.
Oh, the greed, dude.
Faith should be okay. The tower hit won't be enough damage. He's going to have to TP home, though. But again, that's pretty big. Just 2 supports roaming in. That gets them a lot of experience at goal as they bring down this Death Prophet. Should be able to TP back to land at the very least, but still getting caught. Not good.
Yeah, all our shit was on that courier.
But back mid now against SCCC. MS in the bottom lane has picked up a full Aquila and Wand. He's up to 14 last hits. Gyrocopter 14 last hits for himself in the top lane. Reflection onto KP, almost bringing him pretty down low, but he's fine one way or the other. Meta wasn't ready for another 6 seconds, but KP kind of having a bit of a rough time against this Terrorblade now all of a sudden.
I think Keen are happy with the lanes they set up overall, though. Just because Tide didn't get messed 1v1 with the Beastmaster or anything, which like, the stacks of the axes could have been a little bit dangerous, especially early on. So he's getting last hits, even with that rough start.
Kaka, they're going to pop meta here. Reflection comes out. They've got the kinetic field. He'll drop a ward down, but he's dead one way or the other. I don't think they have sentries. They might have seen him use the ward. That was interesting that he dropped it right as he died, but I guess they weren't checking his inventory, so should be fine.
And KP, despite having 11 last hits, is just barely above the Earthshaker, who doesn't have any. KP a little bit poor. On the other hand, Shaker a little bit further ahead than you might expect the hero to be. He's actually ahead of the Tidehunter. Speaking of which, Dark, you did. Hoping for the tomato, but the clap's already on CD.
He can't help with the clap. Still on CD for
Dude,
another
he's
5.
living.
And he's taking forever to die, but Mugi will finish him off finally with a Rocket Barrage, and now he's into his phase boots as well, so Mugi's feeling pretty good. And they got the stack off as well. You hear that sound? That's a glorious sound.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Dude, look at Kaka down bot. They've got 4 stacks on the axis. This is when they're going to go for their play. They actually can't see him.
He has 8 stick charges. Fisher comes out. They have called the wild. Reflection comes in. Double burrow from Yuna will keep MS alive, but he actually has to go back and maybe shrine. Yuna's going to get turned on. Enchant Totem, but there's the good kinetic field coming in. Yuna walks through. He's able to make it out. Now the Cost of Finale doing some work, and they're going to turn on MS. Another Enchant Totem. They need the Fisher. They couldn't get it off in time, and now Beastmaster is going to be next. The Axis will not do anything. He almost kills Yuna, but he can't quite get it. The Thunderstrike will take him down, and Keen Gaming will find 2. It was so close to getting both Yuna and MS. If they had that Fisher, it was mid-animation, I think, for Kaka, but unfortunately not able to find the kill, so pretty...
Dark actually gets a wave pull against the Bane. That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's...
like the main reason you picked this hero, but Faith couldn't quite get the reach on him just because it's level 1, and he caught him at a good angle. But, uh-oh, that noise.
That sound keeps happening, man, let me tell you. And with a Gyrocopter, he's loving life. He has gotten the point of the homing missile, obviously, just to zone out Dark a bit more.
Yeah, no, they're going mid. All right.
They're smoked up. Yeah, they're going to try to find SCCC, who has Wraithband working on raindrops.
Oh, is she about to get Exorcism? Look at this. Oh, that's not quite the right timing.
Yeah, a little bit not quite there in terms of the levels, but SCCC are hard gank to find. And the Fisher, not on the right side, unfortunately. Otherwise, they could have gotten the kill on Yuna. But they do keep SCCC alive, and Mugi rotates in, and he flaks up, and he's going to do a little bit of damage here and get some of the CS, so... nice TP rotation, but again, yeah, not having Exorcism was trouble there. I mean, you needed more damage to bring down SCCC with level 2 Mana Shield at this point.
I think that's good, though, because they just forced all those rotations. They can do it again once they have the Exorcism, and then try and force down the tower. So if you're constantly pulling them all mid, that's going to be a pretty big detriment.
Yeah.
Newbie.
And Dark gets more room to work with in the top lane. He's up to level 5 now. Net worth-wise, like you said, he finally is ahead of the Earthshaker. He was kind of with him for the last minute or so. But now he's a little bit behind KP, so not that bad. But here we go, the homing missile coming in. He does have a mango, he has wand charges, he has a TP scroll, but I think he's dead one way or the other. The call down comes in, there's the brain sap, and the last auto attack from Mugi.
Thought about steal that.
Yeah, he's like, listen, I got a Fisher, I need my arcane boots, all right?
Yeah. This is when you get 6 and you just slam the stack.
You think they're, I mean,
no,
it's not going to happen.
He's
level 3.
Do that. He's yoke.
And also... you have a Gyrocopter, so yes. That would have been a problem. I would have liked to see it, though, but... oh, Yuna. Throw strike onto 2, but he's still probably dead. They don't have Ravage. And they're going to use, he can't even get off the anchor smash. He got fissured in the meantime. He might get dope here if he's not careful. Faith has another brain sap in 6, but they have a wave here. They don't want to dive to the tower.
If they had call down, they'd probably think about it.
Yeah, I think so too. Kaka, Fisher is on cooldown. Enchant Totem. He doesn't get it. The Disruptor does, but he might die for it. Another enchant coming in. Brain sap should be up. The Ravage, he actually just got 6 out of this, and now Kaka and Faith need to be careful. The Thunderstrike back up off cooldown, and another one that will tick him down and secure the kill for Dark. And, okay, just like that, Ravage is used. He gets a nice little kill. They get a bounty rune for their Disruptor, so that could have gone better for Newbies.
Yeah, I mean, nice to get a core kill, but Keen's still happy to just try and push back that aggression, slow down Kaka, because that does hurt him, you know? He's trying to get in towards his, oh, he just missed that Observer Ward, too. But he's trying to get in towards his Arcane Boots, and every little death hurts you.
Yeah, that's why he wanted to steal that kill potentially in that top lane. He didn't go for it, though, but...
So he's going to miss... That's a pretty poor sentry, too. I don't know. If you think there's a ward, it's so likely it's going to be blocking the stack of even Medusa on your team. Again, easy to see from my perspective, but just something that...
Well, they're going to figure it out here in a moment.
He'll regret later.
They're going to see that this is not going to stack, and that'll do it. So
he's not going to hear that sweet, sweet noise.
We just heard it, though, in the top lane because they stacked it again. That's pretty funny. So, I mean, this is the thing. You have Medusa and you have Gyrocopter. You have heroes that can take stacks. I mean, in terms of late game, they have a lot of it because of just being able to get farmed. You now have a drum and the Gyrocopter. Stopping this TP, if they can get a kill there, that'd be great. Meanwhile, TP's top lane, they're going to try to find the kill on Mugi. The kinetic field comes in. They have the Burrow Strike. Yuna's going to go for it, but
that
great Fisher block from Kaka makes it so Mugi might survive, but a good body block from Yuna. The Rocket Barrage comes in. He can't stay with Mugi any longer, but the Cosmic Finale's slow. Now Mugi might get Burrow Struck again here. They're going to go for the glimpse. They've got the Exorcism. They've got the kinetic field. The call down will come in, and he's dead. And that's a big pickup. I thought for a second that they weren't going to be able to find it once that Rocket Barrage came out, but the glimpse was there, and it is on level 1, but they do find it one way or the other. And now this should at least get a little bit of tier 1 damage. Maybe. We'll see.
Half duration left. Yeah, they might not be able to force it, but they'll have Ravage with the Mango in like 30, so I don't know.
And a Soul Ring.
They know that Medusa can still rotate.
Oh, they're taking the stack. They're taking this huge stack. Oh my God.
Tied level 4 Anchor Smash.
Dude,
he's so psyched right now.
Yeah, he just got so much gold, 658 now. Like, that was all that money just gone for the Medusa or the Gyrocopter, whichever one wanted to take it. In the meantime...
Not just them, Mod. For the supports, too.
Yeah, the experience.
You know, they didn't get their satisfying little ching.
Yeah.
Now they're denied that.
Yeah.
That's a moral victory for the Dire. The mental edge. Sad supports on the Radiant. The Dire right now.
The tilt for Newbee. They gave some room to KP at the very least, which is nice. He's up to 1,900 gold. He has brown boots. What is he thinking about here? Is he thinking...
How can he kill with Roar would be my question. I don't think he's a very easy game for that. He needs Gyro, basically, because Medusa's going to be busy. But Gyro's also kind of busy with stacks and everything, so I don't know if Blink's really that worth. Shadowblade is also possible.
He just maybe doesn't know what he wants.
Solar Crest is really good, actually, this game.
And that's going to sunder SCCC in the mid lane. SCCC is, you know, it's all right. He's still half HP. They're going to deny the tier 1 tower. In the meantime, Reflection comes out. There's the Burrow Strike. Epicenter getting channeled. They'll wand up, but he's going to take a lot of damage here. SCCC might get caught and killed, and he will. And actually, the Fisher comes in as well, and Kaka couldn't save him in time. And that'll be a big pickup. In the meantime, they will bring down the Terrorblade. It's a 1-for-1. Now a 2-for-1 as Yuna secures a double kill from Kaka trying to run across the river, but he can't quite make it back to his tier 1 tower. I didn't see how the Terrorblade died. I think they just gripped him,
Basically, he got Fiend's Grip under the tower, and Kaka got really greedy and tried to walk up and get a double Fisher by turning towards DP, which delayed the Fisher to save the DP, and he also missed it on the TV, so Faith had to hit the long-range Brain Sap to save that kill, thankfully.
Well,
because he almost snuck his way into the trees.
So a Terrorblade for a Medusa. It's an interesting trade, but again, then you add the Kaka Earthshaker going down on top of that. It's not bad for Keen Gaming getting those few kills. And surprisingly enough, though, it's a 3K lead for Newbee. Meanwhile, they're going to lose KP in the bottom lane, although he might get the Disruptor with Mugi getting one auto attack. Mugi literally walks up and he just hits him once, and that's it. Pretty funny.
Yeah, he bought his Necro 1 for the Beastmaster, so he'll just be more focused on objectives and pushing around a little bit. He can still get kills easier solo with the Necro. I really think he should get
solo. Is in trouble. Exorcism in meta, but the Reflection slow should be enough. The Brain Sap, the Spirit Siphon. He's alive! Oh my God, he is actually alive. Faith, there's no way he should have survived, but Kaka with a beautiful Fisher and the Brain Sap came out at the perfect time. That is Exorcism and meta down. Of course, meta was used to get the kill on KB, but still. Wow.
Been a wild evening of Dota, my buddy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy for the most part. Seen some weird picks, some crazy plays.
Are we smoking or what? Who's got the smoke? No, we're just running at the tower. Okay, we're not smoking.
You said the Necro one's done. He's working on Tranquil's next, and Mugi has his BKB getting started. As Triple C is working on his Mask of Madness. He has a full Aquilo plus an extra Wraith Band because it builds into that Hurricane Pike, obviously, for later on down the road. But for now, they will try to push this Tier 1 tower bottom. And
Tranquil's is interesting. I wonder why it's not going phase against Death Prophet and... Because, like, without the armor these days on Tranquils, it just doesn't feel nearly as good as it used to on core heroes.
Maybe just likes the region.
He only has 1 point in the Inner Beast, too, so I guess he just wants to stay in the back lines and just throw a lot of axes without really committing attacks.
Yeah.
Let his creeps do all the work. That's fair.
Yeah, I think so, too. Looking at the Blink Dagger for the Sand King, 1,600 gold, not quite there yet. Still getting pretty close. Disruptor is level 7, so he has a Static Storm. We haven't seen it used yet. And then meantime, Yasha has been picked up for the Terrorblade. For the DP, she's working on Yules, a little ways away there. She has the double Veil, or excuse me, double Null to work with. Bottom lane, though, Dark TP's in, as KP was pressuring the Tier 1 bottom with his Necro 1. Starting to farm pretty well.
He's basically keeping the Tranquils, I think, queued up so that he can just, like, buy them if he's going to die. But other than that, he'll try and save for recipes.
Yeah, for Necro 2. They might want to go into Dark. It's going to be tough. They have Roar again.
With the Fisher,
level
he looks
3
so
Kraken
tempting.
Shell. Fisher comes out. The Fisher block will certainly help, and it does hit the Rocket Barrage and the Call Down and Homing Missile. Now they get the Roar on the other hero. That's the Disruptor, but they can't get the kill. The Grip comes out. They really want this. The Echo Slam onto 2, coming in from Cock at the perfect time, but he can't get the Enchant Totem off, but he's still going to get caught in Spirit Siphon down, with the Crypt Swarm also doing some damage for Old Chicken. So it's a 1-for-1. They apply pressure to the bottom lane. They force all these rotations. In the meantime, SCCC is farming really well in the mid lane with his Mask Madness now done. Terrorblade was trying to farm top, but they actually get a fair amount of gold for that kill for Newbee, and they're up 4K in net worth now.
Yeah, that's going to hurt the race to Blink Dagger as well between Yuna and Kaka, because Yuna's getting there. He's going to get some Bannerons. He TP's top for them as well. Oh, he's not going to get that one, actually, because it's Terrorblade. Wow. Sick teammate, nerd.
Almost found Faith. Yeah, he's a little too far away. They spotted him momentarily, but he gets away. And you're absolutely right, though. He's up to 1,700 gold. That Blink Dagger is going to be huge for starting these fights. Of course, with that, you also don't need to get one on Tidehunter necessarily, as he has the Hood of Defiance working. Probably directly into a pipe this game, potentially. I don't know. Maybe he wants a different
Orsaf's pretty good.
Yeah, I was thinking
as
the
well.
same thing.
Very good against Beastmaster.
Yeah.
So stop follow-up damage.
They'll have the Manta style pretty soon for this Terrorblade. Illusion Clear is okay. They have Split Shot and Flat Cannon, so interesting choice. Maybe they try to go on bottom again? No, I don't think so. They don't have grip up for another few seconds at the very least.
Dude, I was playing Beastmaster the other day, and I accidentally misclicked the 25% talent instead of the 30 movement speed.
Almost. He actually does survive. He had 10 HP as he got out of that Static Storm. He had just avoided the kinetic field. They glimpsed him back, and then he walked out the back of the Static Storm, which keeps him alive. And now things get harder for Newbee as they have to deal with the Blink Sand King. Anyways, what were you talking about?
If he died again, though, and like lost more time towards that Blink Dagger, whew.
Yeah,
no, KP just got the level 10 talent on the Beastmaster. It is so good. Like 30 move speed on this hero for the roars and everything. It helps so you don't have to go in towards that mobility item. But yeah, I was playing the other day and I misclicked and I accidentally hit the experience instead of 30 move speed. And the second I did it, I was just like so salty. And the rest of my game, I just felt awful.
Was that?
You're so slow, dude.
Was that the game you played Beastmaster we were in?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that game.
We won. It's okay.
We won that game. That was the Sick Joe game. Anyway, yeah, the movement speed, though, in terms of the movement speed talents, there are so many of them nowadays, and they're all so good. It's hard to pass up some of these movement speeds.
Like, everyone's like, oh, and everyone thought movement speeds were so bad, but now everyone thinks they're so great. Like, pro players don't... Yeah, dude, all the movement speed talents were like 10 and 15. Now they're all like 30, 40,
I sure like
50.
this extra 5 movement speed I got.
Yeah, dude, do you know Dark Willow has a 40? Like,
yeah.
That
I think there's one with 50.
Yeah, there's
sure.
a couple 50s.
50 is Jara's 50, which is pretty insane. He already phase drummed. You already move at like 450 moves when you pop phase, and then you have. Oh, hold that thought, Blink Bro. There it is. The exorcism coming in. The BKB gets off in time though, and now he's backed up. If it's a full 10-second duration of BKB, and the exorcism should lead them with the meta into the Tier 1 tower mid lane. So despite not getting that kill, it's still big if they can get the Tier 1 tower knocked down. And this is a big tier 1. It's the mid tier 1 especially. And they're going to find more. The Blink Bro, they're going to find the Medusa. The Spirit Siphon comes in. They'll pop the Stone Gaze, though, and that means that they will have to back up. But again, MS finds that tier 1 tower, so not that big of a deal that you didn't get the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, and that's one step closer to Roche. You've hurt one of the BKBs on the dire side, but you're starting to clear out this area. Make it your own. It's always going to be hard to take because there's a Beastmaster on the enemy team, but slowly shoring up their chances out of here. And they're going to smoke up. KP actually has enough for the level 3 Necro. I'm sure he'd love to get that delivered out to him, but
there's no vision over here for Keen. Yuna's not the target they want. Yeah, they're going to head into the Roche pit.
They're like, we can't let them get
They
this.
don't, but they have Necro too. They have a Hawk to work with. They have SCCC and Mook who do a lot of damage at this point of the game. And there's really good vision to spot out where Old Chicken and MS are, rather. And again, those big abilities, Metamorphosis and Exorcism, are down. They do have Ravage. They now have Blink Dagger on the Sand King, but it's too little too late. They didn't even have any idea what was going on, and SCCC will find the Aegis for himself. And now, almost a Hurricane Pike as well.
That's the perfect play from Newbee. That is exactly what, like, they're just identifying. Oh,
this could be a big fight.
Here.
They've got Ravage. They're going to use the Fiend's Grip onto Yuna. The Glimpse comes out, though, and stops it completely. They have the Echo Slam available for Kaka. In the meantime, Dark, they use the Echo that comes out. There's the Ravage to come through. Hits onto 4, but where's the follow-up damage? It actually hits onto 5, but the Epicenter coming in. They'll bring down the Earthshaker who gets caught and killed. It's Kaka, but now the Sand King gets Nightmared up, and then auto-attack down and Rocket Barrage by Mugi. Yule Scepter comes in. Dark's going to get Brain Sapped. Now the Thunder save from MS. That could have been bad. Losing both their supports plus the Tidehunter would have been a problem, but instead, it's a 2-for-1 trade. But again, this might lead into a tier 2 tower for Newbee, so they're perfectly fine with getting those support kills. And now, well, this will probably turn into about a 7K tower advantage after this tier 2 falls.
And this is what separates the top tier teams, is that they're able to put themselves in the minds of their opponents and just like process what they think they want to do. And they knew the next step for Keen was they wanted to go Roche with their ultimates, so just take them, take Roche before the ultimates are back. And that just takes away so much of their game plan. Now, in behind is Yuna.
He's really in behind, and I think he's in trouble. He might just die again. Nightmare comes out, KP's here. They don't have Roar, but they do have a Fissure and an Enchant Totem. Should more than likely be a dead Yuna. No way they can help him. They had the rotating Terrorblade coming over there. In the meantime, Call Down, they're looking for more. Death Prophet needs to be careful. Mookie can run at him. Still has his BKB, the Rocket Barrage, the Homing Missile, 2 more auto attacks. It's going to be close. They need to dive this if they want to go for the kill. They pop the hood, and the Yule Scepter will keep him alive. I mean, he really wanted that kill. He almost got it, too. He just needed to be a half step closer in order to get it. Meanwhile, they found the Terrorblade down bottom for MS. And Faith is looking for him. They have Fiend's Grip in 8. They will find the real one. As CCC uses the Mystic Snake, they Nightmare the real one. They know this is real at this point. They have the Stone Gaze to work with in terms of the slow. They will TP in the Death Prophet, though, as she has Exorcism ready to fight, which means they cannot go for that kill, even with the grip. They've got the net, though, onto Dark. The Fissure comes out. The Rocket Barrage, he's low. The Static Storm comes in. It misses. The Burrow Strike is there, but it might just only save his life. And in fact, he walks back in. The Rocket Barrage is there from Oogie. That'll do the job, but they're fighting into meta as well as the Exorcism. Moogie's getting chased down to the other side. Kaka will fall first. Can they find a Burrow Strike on the Moogie? They sure can, and he will get dropped down. That is perfectly worth it for Keen Gaming. They get a double kill, but again, they will lose their 2-2 tower because of that fight for Newbee going their way.
All those delays from the Sand King and the Disruptor bought time from the rotate back over. Yeah, he almost got grabbed.
He was almost there.
But that Death Prophet is very fast-paced. She's already at 473 with the Yules. And that's before she gets into any sort of talents or anything. You know, that Exorcism Haste late game. She used to have a move speed talent too, I think.
Yeah, so. And then they were like, this is really strong.
Who would have thought that would be really good on the 0?
Yeah, seriously. So Newbee, it just feels like they're just taking what Keen Gaming are giving them and then some. They're just finding these kills. Faith is just pushing bottom. He Nightmares and he forces 3 rotations. They get a couple of kills when, you know, the Terrorblade is elsewhere. It just feels like Newbee are outmaneuvering Keen Gaming at this point. I mean, there's been 1 Ravage this game, and it hasn't really done anything, as we just saw it. Actually, it's been 2, but
they definitely fed mid a little bit there, though, from Newbee. That was a bit too deep of a dive. So
yeah, for sure. But all the meanwhile, they still had SCCC farming up a Storm. He has his Hurricane Pike done. He has an Ultimate Orb in his inventory. They will now find a Roar onto the Disruptor. That is a very easy kill as Rocket Barrage literally blows him away.
They need him to defend like anything. He has to be that threat that follows up Ravage. The Sand King's just not enough. Like, the damage doesn't matter as much as that silence and control that actually lets Death Prophet and Terrorblade put their damage in.
This has now become a really tough game for Keen Gaming. Not only do you have good push for Newbee in terms of the Beastmaster, but you have all of this map control where SCCC can just back up and get as farmed as he wants to. And dealing with him is not going to be easy. even Mugi to a certain extent, who's building into an Aghanim Scepter, surprisingly enough. But look at SCCC just Siege. The Fisher comes out. He'll throw up a Mystic Snake to try to do more damage to Old Chicken. Exorcism is still down for 20 seconds. They don't need to push the pace here. They have Aegis, yes, but you have all the time in the world. Yeah, you'll have to deal with a Terrorblade and then a Death Prophet into the late game, but SCCC is a Medusa, and they could just continue to take control of this map and just get so much farm in their cores.
Low and steady here.
Dark is
getting... You're doomed to lose this tier 3, it feels like.
Yeah. They could just keep sieging it like this. Aegis-wise is only up for another 16 seconds. They might call back here in a moment. The next wave, I don't think he's going to get there in time. And then maybe you can fight with Meta and Exorcism and Ravage. And I think that's exactly what they want to do. So if Newbee, they want to be careful. This Aegis is going to go soon. We'll see. Epicenter's getting channeled. They're going to try to fight this. This is the perfect timing to do so. They've got the Static Storm. Aegis goes away. They've got the Ravage. This is the fight I was talking about, and there it is. MS with a dominating sprint, but they need more. They're going to get a glimpse back as well. That'll be onto Faith. That's nice, but it's not the target they want. It still will be 2 kills, though, going their way. Brainsap coming in. More than enough to do the job. They get 2 quick kills, and now what can they get on top of this for Keen Gaming?
Oh, they're going to catch KP. Burrow Strike goes Invis.
He's gonna pop. Oh, I think Yuna's dead here. It's worth it though. They Yule Scepter the Necro Archer, or excuse me, Warrior. He tries to be. He actually made it away. Are you kidding me, KP the God?
I thought he was so dead.
I thought he was 100% dead. They were doing so much damage, but they had no lockdown. KP, that should have been a 3rd kill, and it's actually just time wasted for Keen Gaming. And that was a pretty good fight, though. They do take down the Medusa, as we talked about the Aegis expiring. Sick. It was like the perfect timing for it, so they clearly knew what the time was, but.
Yeah, he was like channeling Epicenter, and then he blinks in as it expires. I mean, that was down to the complete moment there from them. So, very much finding the ways into the game. You know, they've thought about, okay, what do we have to do? What's the perfect play? What are we delaying for? And they held that tier 3. I thought it was going down for sure. I saw no way that thing survived that whole like 5-man push.
I thought Newbee were going to just back because of what we just saw. You know, Aegis is down. All the other abilities are.
Oh, it was so close, though. They were just like, no, come on. We can get this, right?
Yeah. It's not the end of the world. I mean, they still have an 8K advantage, but the Terrorblade is surprisingly now top of the net worth. He has a Manta, he has a Scotty. If there's going to be somebody that can take this game late and kill and just deal with a Gyrocopter and Deuce, it's going to be this Terrorblade, but it's easier said than done.
He's also, when you win these fights, he is a hero that gives you a chance to actually push out and get something, even when the fight's in your own base.
Yes. That can happen so quickly. You just take one fight, and you have heroes dead for only like 30 or 40 seconds. Meanwhile, they're going to get the Static Storm onto Kaka. He'll try for the TP. No way he makes it out of this one. He'll get ticked down. The Static Storm will do the job, and it's going to be KG's Disruptor that gets the kill. As they will take the tier 2 tower bottom, though, for Newbee. And now Mookie has his Aghanim Scepter ready, so Side Gunner ready to go.
The range on Side Gunner is a lot longer than I thought it was. It goes to the full 600 radius, eh? That is huge. I mean, it's just like your normal attack, but for some reason I always envisioned it being smaller.
It's pretty big. I like Ags, but it's weird that we haven't seen it as much recently. At least I don't remember it being picked up that often.
It's fairly common right now.
I think so?
I would say.
Okay.
It's definitely more common than it used to be.
It's just been like usually like Phase Drum, SMY, BKB, those types of items into like maybe like a Butterfly or something, but it's interesting to see the Ags. I like it because it makes you tankier, you know? It gives you those
a lot
stats.
of HP, and there's a lot of magic damage on the Radiance. That's probably one of the reasons why he went for it, as well as just like it's kind of that permanent DD in a sense, right? You're just getting another attack over and over. You go for the on-proc effect things, like he's just instantly queuing up into the Mjolnir, which is also pretty nice against a lot of this just like intermittent damage coming out from the side of King Gaming. So he's that static shield on top of himself. He can slay like crazy.
By the way, this smoke has been predicted pretty heavily. They scanned over where they were moving, so it seems that they're baiting Deuce at this point. Static Storm, they force him away. The glimpse back though. The Epicenter will go. They have the Nightmare to keep him alive though. He is completely fine. The Reflection comes out. There's the Ravage. It does hit. The Exorcism isn't going. He actually might die here. SCCC is in a lot of trouble. He's trying to man-fight Old Chick. It's not going to happen. They're doing so much work. MS is going to try to find more. Reflection comes in. There's the Blink Burrow. They're going to find Faith. He's going to get dropped again. He'll Nightmare himself for now, but the Spirit Siphon will take him out, and that will be a double kill for Old Chicken. And now they take this fight as the wave comes in, and they're at the tier 2 tower, and they're going to get a lot out of this. There's no buyback for SCCC. They still have plenty of time on this meta. Yes, Exorcism will be down here in just a moment, but this is very dangerous. They've got the Fisher. They do have the Echo Slam ready for Kaka. You need to be a little bit careful if you're MS, but he has the Sunder available. There's There's the glimpse back. The reflection comes
the
out of the
Beastmaster.
KP. The inner beast door comes in. Mugi gonna try to fight. There's the Echo Slam. Can they bring him down? He's stunned forever. They drop him and he's dead. Dead for 69. Mugi needs to run. No BKB available. They're gonna do enough damage to bring him down, but it's a 3-for-2 trade. In the meantime, Old Chicken needs to run the Yule Scepter onto KP. KP is about to go absolutely ham on Dark here. They've got the Fisher. They've got the Enchant Totem at the ready. Dark is going to try to run. He has no mana. He actually takes no damage when he gets off at least his Anchor Smash. And the Kraken Shell does help, but it's going to be too much damage, and KP will overwhelm him, and they're looking for more. They've got the Fisher. They've got the Whirling Axes. They've got 2 auto attacks to do the job. And it will be a double kill and an unstoppable spree for KP. And what was looking pretty disastrous for a moment for Newbee turns out to be pretty damn solid with that Echo Slam and Earthshaker fallout from Kaka.
Yeah. Oops. A little bit deep down the Terror Blade. I think I saw what he was doing. He was trying to get vision for the glimpse back so that he could, as we saw, he got the reflection off and he got the inner beast aura, but then he just got dunked. And if he was able to survive and obviously get off into the Sunder, they probably would have taken a full set of racks, so it was certainly a risky play, but I mean, they had to go for some risky stuff. There's no doubt. I mean, they understand the position they're in.
Yeah.
I don't think you can play this game out safe.
They're going to lose their tier 3 almost certainly here. The creeps will do it on their own at the very least. Faith is going to try to finish it off. Epicenter is getting channeled. The silence will come through. They want the Blink Burrow into KP. They will find it. The tier 3 does fall. Fisher comes in and breaks up the fight, so they can't chase any further. MS was trying to find something, but he doesn't have a Hurricane Pike. He's only got Mance Scotty, so he doesn't have that mobility that the rest maybe of his team have. So they will get the tier 3. They won't lose anything for it, and Epicenter will be used. And now Roche is back up. Exorcism is down for 6 seconds. Meta is down for 17. It is time to fight for Keen Gaming if they do head into Roche for Newbee, but they're not going to do it. At least not yet. They're going to back themselves up, maybe try to find a pick first and foremost.
Yes. And that was the honestly one of the best heroes to be down, the Disruptor, right? Because then they were able to just like retreat out, no worries about glimpse. But now they're looking at fight, smoke on smoke action.
They know they're over here. This ward has spotted them rotate in this position, and then they smoked after the ward.
There's also a lot of creeps.
Yeah, the creeps will definitely help for sure. They're going to de-ward, which is pretty good. They have now no vision over in this Roche area, which is pretty significant. And Newbee, we'll see how aggressive they want to play, if they want to back up and farm and take Roche at a different point in this game, or what they want to do here. But Roche is the big point of contention. There's the Blink Burrow. Mugi does have his BKB. He will use it. MS is going to use his... Oh, big Echo coming in. The Ravage comes out. Counter initiation. The Static Storm doing it right. The Sunder comes in. Mugi's actually in trouble, but they will get the kill on MS almost assuredly, and they will also find Old Chicken. It's 3 dead. Mugi finds a double kill, and now next is going to be the Disruptor as he gets brought down. The glimpse comes a little bit too late, and it's going to be a triple kill for Mugi. They have buybacks on Keen Gaming, but Meta is down. Exorcism is down. It might be time to finish this game off for Newbee here, Trent.
Man, he just gets missiled, and he can't do anything. Like, he's trying to find a Sunder, but there's nothing, because he's stunned for 3 seconds from this stupid missile that no one even sees in the chaos. And he was looking really good.
You're fighting, and all of a sudden you're just stunned. You're like, what happened?
You just hear that damn noise of think, and you're like, wait, what?
Okay, well, that sucks. Yuna is getting pushed back into the well. They're going for tier 4s at this point. I don't blame them. They know that there's no real abilities for the Keen Gaming side.
There's no meta. There's an epi, but here it comes.
MS needs to be careful. He does have Sunder. There's the Epicenter coming out. Not really that much damage. S-Triple-C is so strong. MS has to use the Sunder onto Mugi. Mugi's still fine, even though he's super low. He will finally fall, but at this point it doesn't really matter. S-Triple-C and KP's creeps will do the job. Dark gets exploded by KP. And they will pop the pipe onto the Ancient, but it will not help it as it's going to get dropped down. Newbee will take a 1-0 advantage in this best of 3.
It was kind of close at some moments, but overall, Newbee just out